All right, now let's move on to doma structures.
Sure.
That's something we're both part of.
Yep.
And it started off its life with a pergola product,
Yep.
which is now named Go Pergola,
Yep.
gopergola.com, which is a cool product.
Yep. Awesome. Bioclimactic aluminum pergolas.
Yes. But what we realized, that's not entirely scalable as much as we wish to. For fast and rapid growth, it's not a retail product.
Everything's a one-off.
Yes, they're all custom, amazing pergolas, but it requires a lot of work to personalize for each customer. Not a scalable product. So now we started another product which we came across in China. That's very unique, composite material, wood plastic composite fencing. And we called it Go Fence.
Yep.
And now it's in Costco.
Thanks to you. That's right.
It's something we're working on together.
Yeah. So that was a great thing where, one of my factories that I'd known back in the flow wall days, which one of my products that I did at my previous, furniture business, they had reached out. They had some patents on a new product, which was basically a composite fencing system. Flow wall, as you might know, was a composite, kind of a slat wall based home organization system that was part of my RST Brands business back in the day. The evolution of these material sciences has kind of come a long way. So flow wall was based on a PVC, like a polyvinyl carbonate. PVC has got some huge benefits and it's got some issues in the marketplace. So over the years, a lot of these smart materials engineers figured out how to take this PVC product into a WPC, wood plastics composite, which is basically these inert plastic materials mixed in with wood dust that kind of mixes plastic and wood together to give you some really cool, engineered materials. And
amazing properties. No rotting, no staining.
Yep.
And
no warping.
And it feels premium, feels high quality.
For sure. So the equivalent there, like Trex decking, all those composite decking products, those are the same type of material. So this factory had developed a really cool product around a composite fencing product. And they had, approached me and they said, hey, what do you think of this? And I'm like, I think that's something we can maybe get into Costco. Which it actually goes against the grain of some of the things we talked about last time, which was, do you launch something at Costco? But here's a category that's developing. There was no dominant brand leader there. So, we started having a conversation with Costco, and turns out that the buyer at the time was my old flow wall buyer. It had exposure to that, to that team back when we were doing flow wall, still in the same group of hardware. They were like, yeah, we're looking at this category, and this is something that we think belongs at Costco. And, there's a relationship there. If you want to bring it to market and do it on Costco online, let's have at it. So we put together a program and launched it, back in February of last year?
Yeah. It's going to be about a year since
it's going to be about a year.
Online.
Yeah, in February.
About a year and a half to 2 years since
we
started working on it.
Yeah. So it's a great product, definitely gaining momentum, a lot of happy customers. The only product I've had, I think, ever where I think, like, at least on one of the SKUs, there's 2 SKUs on Costco, but on one of the SKUs, it's only 5-star reviews.
Yeah.
It's only 5-star reviews.
Yeah, people love the product. It definitely adds to the fencing space because traditional fencing, you either go with wood that tends to rot over time. It doesn't hold the material is not very good long term. And the other alternative is you go with vinyl, which looks just horribly cheap.
Yeah, I mean, I think the bigger issue there is, like, you get into this concept, kind of circling back to the solo conversation. I remember there was a couple of great CEOs that had gone through through the door of CEOs at solo brands, but this concept of total addressable market constantly came up, right? And at the end of the day, like, the TerraFlame product, had a limited addressable market, right? I mean, there's, you would say that it's every household in America, but it's a sub $100 product. It's somewhat specialty. It's somewhat unique. You're one of the few players in the game, but it's limited in what your addressable market is.
Yeah, if you can reach $100 million in sales, that would be like phenomenal.
Yeah.
Miracle story. But
yeah.
with fencing, you can get to $1 billion in revenue potentially, and
Yeah, and so so the concept of total addressable market kept popping up, right? Like, what is your TAM? And is it better to be in a small TAM where you can get most of the business, or is it better to be in a massive TAM where you can get just a small fraction of the business? Leads to a huge market. And I would say that in this Go Fence product category, the residential fencing business is like $9 billion per year. And the composite segment of that market, it's a combination of wood, aluminum, vinyl, block. That's probably where the four categories are, and composite. Now, composite is the smallest segment. It's about 15%, or it's about 1.3 billion of the 9 billion. But it is the fastest growing. There's not a lot of competition in there. So there was a big enough market to go after where even very low single digits left you with a pretty good business. And that was kind of our thesis in that space.
And where I want to innovate in the space is branding, and we have some big plans for it, and more products.
Yeah.
I think this space in general, it's very commodity oriented mindset.
Yeah.
People don't do too much branding, and I really feel like we can grow this into a household name with all the things that I've learned in the past doing marketing.
Sure.
Even the name itself, I think it's catchy and brandable and memorable. Go Fence. And hopefully we can expand it to new solutions, new markets.
Yep.
I would like to explore other retailers to be beyond Costco, as much as we love Costco, but it has to be, I think, in Lowe's and Home Depot.
Sure.
And
there's products in the pipeline that are
right.
Optimized for distribution at retail. So, this is one of those products where, it's funny as you go through, you kind of figure out what works and doesn't work, and you start to analyze some of the buying behavior. It's something that, when the orders are sizable and the customer is relatively close to your warehouse, business is great. When the order is not super sizable and the customer is on the other side of the continent, it's a little bit challenging, and you question why you're even shipping it, at all. But
well, that's what we're figuring out.
Yeah.
The solutions are obviously multiple distribution points.
Yeah.
And other things, but in the grand scheme of things, I think what will differentiate us from other companies out there is quality customer service, personalized customer service. Even now, we're selling in a national retailer.
Yep.
And even if you read the reviews, you'll see our personal names in the reviews because we're so much intimately attached to the business, even though we both have a lot of things going on. And I think that's really what differentiates us from other companies, that there's going to be this personal 5-star VIP experience for anybody that interacts with the brand and the customer service team that we're building around that. And that's why people pay, for example, much more for a Rolex than a Casio. Yes, there might be differences in material, but the brand experience, it means a lot. People want to know that you have their back when they're buying something that you're going to have in your house for the next 10 years, 20 years, possibly. It's not something you buy on Amazon, made in China, that there's no customer support whatsoever. You don't know who's behind the product. There they interact sometimes even with the owners of the company. Obviously, we don't guarantee that we're going to interact with everybody, but for time being, we're going to be personally involved in a lot of these transactions where we want to make sure the customers are truly taken care of. Yeah. It goes beyond the product. And I have this ethos in my company as well, in 3D Media, that it's not always the service that you provide, it's the customer service that's behind it that really matters, because mistakes happen, products fail. There's so many things that can go wrong, but if you have somebody behind the product that takes accountability, then that's what you really want to buy into. It's the insurance that you're always going to be taken care of. And also you can have a sense that if somebody's personally invested into making the customer experience so good, they will take the preventative steps from the product not failing in the first place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If that's why we have 5-star reviews already coming out.
You can't go wrong. I don't care if you're making laundry capsules or pizzas or cakes or doing pictures of residential real estate or whatever else. I mean, if you offer superior customer service, there's really hard to go wrong.
Yeah, it forces a business to really dial in the product.
Yeah.
To make it work, because if it doesn't work and you're putting all this effort in customer service, then your business is just customer service. You want to make it so you don't have to put so much attention into solving problems. You want to solve them at their roots. So when the problem happens, you go back and reevaluate what went wrong.
Well, I think it's also a difference between like these companies that are like these private equity backed or venture capital backed, early stage companies where, the areas of focus are different. Where versus entrepreneurial based startups where the founders are part of the business and things like that, you realize how, every single customer that you have is can be a raving loyal fan
Right.
if you do the right thing to make them that person. And, things can go wrong, your shipments can go wrong, things like that. But if you, are there to make sure that that experience is, a top-notch experience and you take care of and you're actively resolving issues, you can't go wrong with that, and that should pay you back tenfold.